What's up, guys and gals? I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope everything's going your way, whatever way that be going. First off, I just want to say this. I have a huge heart, but at the same time, when I was younger, I did get pleasure out of hurting others. Okay. I just want to stop there, and I want to say, I'm always saying that Jessica's a sociopath, and I'm saying look it up. I'm gonna tell you what a sociopath is, okay? Now, a sociopath, in a nutshell, is basically someone without a soul. But to go more in depth on what a sociopath is, you may confuse it with a psychopath. You hear that word thrown around so much: psychopath. And usually it's being used correctly, but most times it's not being used correctly. Now, I'm going to first explain what a sociopath is. Actually, no, I'm going to first explain what a psychopath is. Now, first of all, a psychopath is born a psychopath. This is a serious mental disorder, and there is no cure. There's no cure, at least not at this point in time. There's no cure for a psychopath. No cure. Basically, a psychopath is someone without a conscience. They don't have the conscience that you and I have. They could go in and they could steal from a church and have zero remorse. Period. It's impossible for them to have remorse. They have no conscience and they have no feelings. This is a serious mental disorder. So a psychopath, basically, you give a psychopath a gun and they'll shoot someone without hesitation. So when you see mass shootings or you see any type of shooters, more than likely 99% chance they are a psychopath. I'm not a psychopath, and I have it in me to kill someone, sure, but I would feel remorse and sick to my stomach and go to prison, etc., etc. A psychopath, on the other hand, would do it without hesitation, have no remorse, no conscience when making the decision. They're empty inside, they're hollow. It may be hard to understand, but it's not something you're supposed to understand. Again, they're born this way. They are born this way. They're basically predators. They go out using people, abusing people. Okay, here's a good one. You got people who are in positions of corruption. They're more than likely a psychopath. It's possible they're a sociopath, which I will explain what a sociopath is in a minute, but it's possible they're a psychopath. Psychopaths have no remorse. They have no emotion. Here's the thing. A psychopath cannot cry. If you've ever met someone in your life who can't cry, it's very possible they're a psychopath. They could be a sociopath, but they're a psychopath. Psychopaths are very intelligent. They're very smart. They learn off of their prey. Their prey meaning you and me and anyone else in their way. They go in this world and they get what they want. Psychopaths are usually very successful. Psychopaths will kill. They will kill, and they will take the consequences of going to prison for life, and that doesn't bother them one bit. A psychopath where you get anxiety and you get scared, say because of the dark or something else. Here's another thing. Psychopaths, they have no fear because they have no emotion. Alright, enough about a psychopath. So we know psychopaths are born, but what's a sociopath? Well, a sociopath is basically not born. They are created. And this can be how they're raised, the environment they're raised in, what they're taught growing up. I mean, there's many things that it comes to, but a sociopath nonetheless is created. And this trucker is going slow as fuck. He's doing like 35. Get wrecked, you fucking faggot. Anyways, see, like I just said that, but I still, give it 5 minutes, I'll feel really bad. Like, I mean, he's just a trucker just like me doing his job, but god damn, bro, you don't need to go this fucking slow, you bitch. You know what I mean? So I have remorse, I have emotion. Thus, I'm not a psychopath or a sociopath. So, like I said, a sociopath is created, okay? Whether it's childhood that they went through or later in life, a sociopath is created. And then after they're created, they adapt off basically manipulation. They are all about manipulation and getting what they want, and they learn. They're not as intelligent as a psychopath. A psychopath is highly intelligent. A sociopath, there's different levels, Well, here's the thing. Yeah, there's different levels with a psychopath and a sociopath. There's different levels. You could have a psychopath who fucking kills as a 13-year-old. That's a psychopath, because we have a conscience and we're born with it. We know right from wrong, even if we haven't been taught. We're humans, okay? It's in our biological makeup, and that's why psychopaths and psychopaths are born without that biological makeup. I mean, it's truly fucked up and very terrifying. So, you got a sociopath. They are created, whether it's early on in their childhood or maybe in their teens. They're created, okay? That being said, the fact that they are created is there's pros and cons versus a psychopath. With a psychopath, there's no cure, and you're basically an evil person born. You're basically born a devil. We'll just put it that way, right? But sociopath, there is no documented evidence of anyone ever curing a sociopath. However, there's been people who have claimed they have. There's just no documentation on it. So that being said, a sociopath is a predator. They're a predator. They adapt. They're very manipulating, and they will tell you everything that you want to hear. They will cheat. Now, they're empty, just like a psychopath. But here's the difference. Okay, there's a couple differences. A sociopath doesn't have emotions either, and they don't have a conscience either. But here's the thing. It doesn't cease to exist. It exists. They do have a conscience. It's just, this is getting technical. I don't know, damaged, fucked up, shut off. The gears need lubed. I don't know exactly. I mean, that's just way out of my league. But with a sociopath, okay, and they can learn and adapt. That's what they do. They learn and they adapt. Okay, they're a predator. And they can learn to produce tears. A psychopath cannot cry because there's no attachment. They can't even learn to cry. A sociopath can, okay? A sociopath can learn to cry. So they can cry on demand, though, however, it may be very hard to do. But once they learn and they master it, they can cry on demand. But most sociopaths do not know how to produce tears. They do not know how to cry because they do not have emotions. However, from a psychopath, they do feel shame. Now, shame and remorse are two different things. Okay, shame, okay, is a social status. Your family's ashamed of you. You're ashamed of what you did to your family, okay? Remorse is much different. It's a self-indulged kind of emotion, Like, I punched my friend in the face, and I am very remorseful about it. I'm very remorseful, But shame is totally different. So a sociopath can feel shame, which I guess technically you could say is an emotion, but regardless, a conscience is what they lack. Okay, and they can also, I'm getting too much into it. I'm getting too deep into it. In a nutshell, a psychopath is born, a sociopath is created. That being said, like I said, there's no proof or documentation on someone curing a sociopath. And I'm fucked up in the head from this trauma of this relationship. And I want to fix a sociopath. I mean, sociopaths learn to adapt. Okay, remember they're created, so there was once upon a time where they did have emotions and they did have a possible chance of not being a sociopath. That being said, the more I thought about it, the biggest way to help a sociopath, because there's no cure, but there's ways to help, if that means anything, a sociopath. Unfortunately, they're not the greatest of solutions. And people who have claims of curing a sociopath did these methods or other methods. Isolation. Isolation is the biggest contributor to curing, if possible, a sociopath. Now, that's not going to work with a psychopath. That, like I said, they're born that way. Sociopath is not born that way. So, isolation is the way. And you also got to think about it, that's not really feasible in many ways. Prison, but still, there's a society in prison, though it doesn't really matter at that point. When they're out in the open, in the world full of good, genuine people, bad people, and all kinds of different people, it's a playing ground, and there's very genuine, good-hearted people who just don't understand what a sociopath is, don't know, and never heard of it. You know, before this incident, I never knew what a sociopath was. I never knew what a psychopath was. I never knew a lot about multiple mental disorders. There's so much I didn't know. And in the beginning, I just thought she was a liar. But here's the thing, you know. Can a sociopath tell the truth? Yes, most definitely. Can a psychopath tell the truth? Yes. Yes, they can. There's no emotion in it. So there's not a reason for them to tell the truth. But a sociopath is a master manipulator, and they just want to get their way in life. They'll use you and abuse you for whatever they need. And they will say what you want to hear. What you want to hear, what they know you want to hear, they will say. So the number one thing is isolation, okay? Second is breaking them down. They're very headstrong. Sociopaths do not like to be wrong. I mean, no one does, but a sociopath really doesn't want to be wrong. They want to be right about everything, and they are 100% about control, because they're about manipulation. They're about controlling you. You are nothing more than a fucking pawn in their game of life. That's it. In a nutshell, that's it. You are a pawn, I am a pawn, he is a pawn, she is a pawn. We're all pawns. Okay? And I'm sure different sociopaths have multiple different motives, of course. You know, they're different from each sociopath to another. I mean, it's not the same. But breaking a sociopath down mentally is apparently a way to hopefully cure them. So, isolation and basically outsmarting them. Outsmarting them is what you want to do. They do not like to be controlled by no means, okay? So the third one is control. There's a big debate when it comes to mental disorders. You don't want to try to control people because they'll never change. But with a sociopath, that's different. Of course they don't want to be controlled. No one does. That's just a kind of a no-brainer. But those who claim they've cured sociopaths, remember there's no proof or evidence of someone actually curing a sociopath, are those methods. Isolation, breaking them down, basically breaking them down mentally. That's what you want to do, is break them down mentally. And what was the third one I said? Control. Those three things. Which, I gotta be honest, you know, I did the second and third. You know, I had a lot of control, or I broke her down mentally a lot. So much that I was exhausted and taxed over how many times I was going in circles. Because with a So I had the control to an extent, and I had the breaking down. The one thing I didn't have was isolation, which you got to be honest, how do you isolate someone? The more I thought about it, I love Jessica. I know you guys hate me, you think I'm fucking stupid, but it's not her fault. I can't blame her. I can't say she's a bad person. Yes, she's a bad person, but she's a sociopath. She's a fucking sociopath, guys. Guys and gals, she's a sociopath. If I went OTR and I had her in my truck, I would have full control over everything. And here's the thing. Her being a sociopath and being an alcoholic and a druggie, etc., that cannot be helping her mentally. You know, that's adding on other mental disorders. And I feel like if I went OTR for a year and she was with me, that would be the way to control her. That would be the way to possibly, if there is a cure, that'd be the way. That would be the best way. I mean, there's not much more isolation than her always in the truck with me. I know she can't get hands on alcohol. I know she can't get hands on drugs, and she's always there. Always there. And if I got her CDL license, she would adapt to it. She would adapt to it, and possibly, somehow, her conscience would kick back in. She would know right from wrong, and her conscience would be alive again. And she could go back out in the world and be a normal human being. It's a fucked up world we live in. And that's why you can't trust people, because you could come upon a psychopath and you're in danger. You're in danger. That's why you never know who someone is. You never know what type of person they are. And if you come across a psychopath, there's no winning. If they want to kill you and they have the means to do so, they will fucking kill you. We live in a dangerous world. We live in a very dangerous world. And that's why you gotta be careful. And you know, this relationship it's a huge eye opener, you know? I want to be the big bad motherfucker, but it's like you cross past the wrong person. And you always hear people say that. You cross paths with the wrong person, blah, blah, blah. No, you cross paths with the wrong person who is a sociopath, and you could be in a very dangerous situation. A very dangerous situation. Psychopaths are killers. They have no emotions. They weren't born with them. It's not in their biological makeup. A sociopath, there's still hope. There's still hope. And any documentary that you watch, or any book you read, or anything, any information you read up on a sociopath and a relationship with one, they all say you're in danger. They all say you're in danger. You know, it makes me wonder, what mental disorders do I have? You know, not all mental disorders are bad, you know? It all comes down to how you're biologically made up. You know, some humans aren't made up the same way, and that's a mental disorder. And so, you know, it's like, I have so much fucking empathy that what mental disorder do I have? I have so much empathy that the things I would do for others are not what others would do. Others wouldn't do that. I'm not tooting my horn. This is a reality, you know? Like, I'll sacrifice my work. It'll be 4 a.m. and I gotta be up soon, and I will go across the entire county for this woman. For anyone sometimes. What mental disorder do I have? I mean, I'm sitting here wanting to still, after everything she's done, which, here's the thing, she's a sociopath, it's expected. It's expected. But everyone in her life, not those who are being used, but family, friends, if you call them that, and associates, they're not helping her. They're not even aware of what the fuck is wrong. I am. I can do something. I can cure her. I will cure her. I don't care. I will make it my life fucking goal to cure her, god damn it. I don't care if I'm with her or in a relationship. I want to cure her. I want to cure her. I'll be the first one. I will document it. I will document it. I will show she can go back out in society and be cured. This video is supposed to be what's the difference between a sociopath and a psychopath, and I'm kind of getting off subject. I mean, I'm not off subject, but I'm out of control at the moment. So, anyways, now you guys know the difference between a sociopath and a psychopath. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, and you guys have a wonderful day, and comment below what you think, your thoughts on anything in the video. I love you very much. See, that's a genuine kiss. That's a genuine fucking kiss. I'm not just doing it because I'm cuckoo, or I'm excited, or I want to be like, oh, I'm such a nice guy. I genuinely fucking mean it. Like, is there a mental disorder for being too nice? Having too much empathy? I don't know. I should probably look into it. I like you guys. I love you very much. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. You guys have a wonderful day. Peace.